Hi, and welcome to Reading with Miss Momo. I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm going to be reading a series of fairy tales that most of your parents and grandparents have heard all their lives, and now we want to share them with our children. There are different versions of them. Some of them are written by other people that are from what we're used to, so they might be a little bit different. But we're going to start today, and for the next few weeks, I'll be reading fairy tales to you. And I hope you enjoy them, and they all have lessons to learn from them. So today, let's start with The Three Little Pigs. This version is written by James Marshall. And I know most of you know the story of the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, an old sow sent her three little pigs out into the world to seek their fortune. Now be sure to write, she said, and remember that I love you. And this reminds me of now all the moms are sending their children off to school, and they tell them, be sure to write and remember that I love you. The first little pig met a man with a load of straw. I know, said the little pig. I'll buy your straw and I'll build a house. That's not a good idea, said the man. Mind your own business, thank you, said the little pig. And he bought the straw and set about building a house, and it took him no time at all. So here he is building a straw house. The man tried to warn him, but he didn't listen. Very soon, a lean and hungry wolf happened by. Pig was just about his favorite food in the world. So he knocked on the door and he said, little pig, let me come in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. The annoyed wolf to no end, and he said, then I'll hoof, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Go right ahead, said the little pig. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in, and he gobbled up the little pig. Oh my goodness gracious. The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. I've got it, said the little pig. I'll buy those sticks and build a house. I would think twice about that, said the man. Oh, pooh, said little pig. What would you know? And he bought the sticks and he went to work building a house. Very pretty, he said. The man tried to warn the little pig. They're not listening. No sooner had the little pig settled into his pretty house than the wolf happened by. He was still hungry, and he said, little pig, let me come in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. It is a pretty house. The wolf didn't care for that at all. He said, I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Ha, 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 said the little pig. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in, and he gobbled up the little pig. Oh my goodness. Now the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. These bricks will make a fine, sturdy house, said the man. Capital idea, my good fellow, said the little pig. So he bought the bricks and set about building a house. It took him quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. Nice and solid, said the little pig. Nice and solid. So here he is building his brick house. But no sooner had the little pig moved in than he noticed the wolf loitering about, and the wolf, who was still hungry, said, little pig, let me come in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And there's the brick house and the little pig. The wolf is even bringing him a balloon this time. Well, the wolf had heard that before, and he said, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Oh, don't do that, said the little pig. But the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, until he was quite blue in the face. The house stood firm. "I'll try another approach," muttered the wolf. And he put on his most dazzling smile. "Little pig, I was only teasing," he said. "By the way, I hear tell that Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall we go pick a few?" "Oh, I'm too busy now," said the little pig. "What about tomorrow morning?" "Excellent," said the wolf. "I'll come for you at 6. What do you think is going to happen? The next morning, the little pig got up at 5, hurried off to Farmer Jones's turnip field, picked a basket full of scrumptious turnips, and dashed back home. When the wolf arrived at 6, the turnips were already boiling in the pot. "Sorry, I couldn't wait," said the little pig. The wolf tried not to show his displeasure. "No harm done," he said. "By the way, there's a lovely apple tree down the merry meadow. Shall we go help ourselves to the few apples?" "I must cook my turnips," said the little pig. "Let's meet there tomorrow morning." "Splendid," said the wolf. "Shall we say at 5? And there's the pig cooking the turnips. The next morning, the little pig was up at 4 and went off for the apples. It took longer than expected to reach Merry Meadow, and while busy gathering apples, the highest tree, he saw the wolf approaching. "Do try one of these," he called down, throwing an apple as far as he could. When the wolf chased after the apple, the little pig shimmied down the tree and made it safely home. The next day, the wolf came again. Really, he was quite put out. "There's a fair tomorrow on Hog Hill," he said. "Would you like to care to go?" "Why don't we meet there?" said the little pig. "Would 3 o'clock suit you?" "Colossal," said the wolf. 3 it is. Just to make sure, he would arrive at 2 because he's realizing the little pig is going to be an hour early every time. At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went to the fair, had a fine time, so fine that he lost track of an hour. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Without a minute to spare, the little pig jumped inside an empty butter churn and rolled down the hill toward the wolf. Well, the wolf was so scared he ran all the way home. So the little pig's in the butter churn going down the hill, and it scared the wolf. That evening, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he had been by a great round thing that was coming down the hill. "Frightened you, did I?" said the little pig. "That great round thing was a butter churn, and I was inside." This was simply too much for the wolf to stand. "I've been nice long enough," he cried. "I'm going to eat you up right now." He climbed onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, he put a big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire. "Here I come," cried the wolf. "Dinner time!" And he jumped down the chimney. "You say that again," said the little wolf, and he cooked the mean old wolf and gobbled him up. There are a lot of different versions to this story, but it's basically always the same. And the lesson is always the same. The lesson is that you need to prepare, and that slow and steady is the best way to go. And you know that the pig that planned and went slow and steady and built his house of something solid lasted. And that's the way it is in life. We need to persevere. We need to plan ahead. We need to build on solid ground, and we need to try to do our very best always. And he was always early, so he was always prepared. Those are some lessons that we've learned from this pig in this story. The other pigs were greedy, and they were in a hurry, and they thought they knew everything, and they lost everything they had, including their lives. Sometimes we just need to stop and think and try to plan ahead and think about how we can be on solid ground. With God, we're always on solid ground, and I hope that you will remember that. Maybe you can make a puppet show with some puppets and do a little puppet show, or build a fort and make you a house out of maybe whatever you have around your house. Make some little houses and see if you can blow them over. There are lots of fun activities and things that you could do, like the 3 little pigs. But the most important thing that you remember is to stand on solid ground, and that's with God. Until we meet again, smile and be happy. Have a great day. Be safe. Stay away from the wolf.